Hey, Captain Caveman. Again, I'm not your normal Aquascape customer. No. I got an idea for a thing called a wheel.
Belly flop into the rec pond.
I don't want to hear that.
What's up, everybody? Ed the Pond Professor here. We are back at Kamp Kenan. Finished up last night. Sun was going down.
This was a tough build.
We are getting ready to install a really unique piece. Yeah. So Kenan, we talked about this under development with you. You're our guinea pig.
I love it.
We love testing stuff,
yeah.
Because you got a really, really unique environment. So we have the brand new Aquascape pond thermometer here. Got this little probe.
Okay.
Drop that down inside of the water. It has a 20-foot cord on it. It hooks up to low voltage line, but then on here you could access an app, so you could actually look from your phone and you know the temperature inside of this
That's amazing.
pond,
That's
right?
amazing because, you know, for me living in South Florida, temperature isn't usually an issue.
Yeah.
Or people would think that it's not an issue, but in fact, we live in the subtropics. We are not 100% perfect all the time. We get some 29-degree nights on rare occasion. Sometimes that can play havoc with some of the tropical species of fish and reptiles I keep. So peace of mind is at 4 in the morning.
Yeah.
I can glance at my phone and say, okay, I know that the temps down on the bottom of the pond are still comfortable for my animals. And as you know, I run well water through these ponds, which comes out at 72 degrees. But even still, just having a tool like this, when you were telling me about this, I was like, man, send as many as you can. I have how many ponds now?
Exactly.
I need to know.
Well, even the
what's
big
going
ones,
on.
you know,
Exactly.
even the big ones, because you have so many incredible animals here.
Yeah.
We don't want to stress them.
No,
so this is that
great.
safety piece. What I think is interesting, again, being a sciencey guy, you could understand it's like what the water temperature is like and see how the animals are interacting. Is it too hot? Is it too cold? You know, what's the pond biology like? Because there is cyclical changes that actually happen, even down here in Florida.
Okay.
Relatively stable temperature. You're going to have temperatures changing, and there's subtle variations in water chemistry that happen because different temperatures, dissolved oxygen changes, you know, you're going to have all these crazy little things.
Now, this enclosure here, before the trees and canopy grow on, it's going to be quite a few years.
Yeah.
Now, these are jungle dwelling caiman. We have about I think our deepest is about 2.5 foot here.
Yeah.
So, you know, in that Florida sun during the summer, that's even going to be very important. And you gave me a great idea. If it's getting too hot, all I need to do, once again, add the well water, and that'll cool the system down.
Yeah.
So it's very important to have this tool. I love it. Thanks. I'm glad I'm your crash test dummy, guinea pig, whatever you want to call it. I love it.
So we're going to drop that in, get the other pump ready. We're trying to finish up the wetland tomorrow, edging.
All right, man.
All right.
Sounds good.
Awesome.
It's been a lot of work, but it's always rewarding.
Yes, it is.
Hey, Captain Caveman. I like this stuff. It's rolling. I got an idea for a thing called a wheel.
finished up last night.
Unreal.
Sun was going down.
This was a tough build, man.
Full.
Yeah.
3.5 days of construction.
Yep.
Chaos, piles of rock, piles of soil. You had a nice little area for us to work with, nice and leveled out, and we just tore it apart.
Yeah, I love it. You know, the best thing is like, you know, if you are looking to get a pond, the thing people need to understand, it's a major construction project, okay? You got to be prepared for that. I think I'm on my 5th or 6th pond with you guys, so I'm used to it. I wish you guys were going to stick around a few days extra to help me clean up everything, but they're not. It's okay, because it's a hell of a trade-off to have such a beautiful habitat for these caiman right here. I mean, you guys really outdid yourselves with the level of detail for the species that I'm putting in here. That's what's so exciting when we work together. It's not just like a residential pond. It purposefully built ecosystem for some really special animals.
Speaking of the animals, you're the expert. Caiman alligators. Dwarf caimans, where do they come from?
Okay, so
habitat that they're going to be found in.
You've got crocodilians, right? You got your alligators, your gharial, the real skinny snouted one. You got crocodiles, true crocodiles, and you have caiman. They're basically in the alligator family, okay, but they're found in Central and South America exclusively. You have the giant black caiman, which can reach 20 foot in length in the Brazilian rainforest and riverways. And then on the other end of the spectrum, you have the smallest crocodilians of all, and we're talking about the dwarf caiman. Max size, 4 to 5 foot.
Yeah, that's
so
awesome.
They're tiny. They're little guys. But what makes them special is they have this real Napoleonic complex. Because they're small, they're heavily armored, they're aggro. I'm a little bit more stressed grabbing them than grabbing that 12-foot gator.
I don't know about that, but maybe.
I'm telling you,
like I said, you're the expert on it.
I'm telling you, man. So what's cool about them and what you've designed here, they live in jungle pools. They don't live in large waterways. They're specialists. They live in these tiny little pools just like this. These animals spend a lot of time on land, so they're even more terrestrial than any other crocodilian. What we've developed here is we've got a series of pools. They're going to be utilized by the animal. What you designed here was basically to keep them away from our electric. We got the faux stump just to protect the electric. They're not going to be able to move that. One thing I also will mention is right now, none of the landscaping is done. We literally just finished 12 hours ago. The mango tree is going to grow up even larger, and it's going to create canopy. These animals live in a canopied rainforest, so there's going to be a lot of maturing of plants that have to happen. That's going to help stabilize as well. So it's great though that for now you've got a lot of the water is shaded.
Is shaded.
Yeah,
exactly. So we could actually mimic more of the rainy season.
That's right.
We could increase or decrease the flow more like the dry season. Just have a little trickle coming through here. Turn them all down. You know, it's just so cool to play around with all the different things.
It is really cool. And again, I'm not your normal Aquascape customer.
No.
Okay? I'm a little bit of a, when I cut a tree down, I don't throw things away because I know we can use a lot of this stuff that most people would just send to the landfill. But this log was just waiting for over a year. I cut it down and I knew once I had some strong strapping lads, we could all move it, meaning a cat, of course. But look at how beautiful it just blends. Your vision always exceeds my vision. It always exceeds what I imagine. And I've said this so many times. You guys are artists, but instead of a paintbrush, instead of like a canvas, you're taking rock, you're taking gravel, dirt, tree limbs, everything, and you're really just mimicking nature.
Absolutely.
It's fantastic.
Biomimicry. We always talk about it. You know, like STEM learning right now is very popular in schools.
Definitely.
So we're STEAM, science, technology, engineering, art, and math. We put all those different disciplines together. I mean, it's a construction project, heavy equipment, big boulders. There are flow rates, there are pump calculations, head calculations, but then we got to put all these different things together and make it functional as well as beautiful. I mean, it's awesome, and it's an honor for us to do it, especially for a really cool animal like the caiman. It's actually coming from your buddy Fred.
Yeah, that's right.
I mean, it's like he's a legend. I mean, literally a legend.
You got to see just how special a person he is and was. His spirit lives on. Fred was just an incredible person. I'm glad you got a chance to meet him because these animals are an extension of him.
Yes.
And to have been gifted them or to become their steward really means a lot to me, and I just want to go above and beyond, and we did that. He was talking about steam. These guys did not lose their steam once. They kept forging ahead. 4 solid days of work here. That's a lot to do, and they didn't have the normal 30 Aquascape guys. It was six, 7 people, myself included, and I love being a part of this. It's an incredible gift that you guys share with me, this incredible talent and your know-how. So what's going to happen, I think this is worth noting, we created this bridge. There's 2 culverts in here with some rebar. Basically what they've become is a cave for the caiman on either side. So on this side, there's going to be a caiman that can swim in there, but he can't go through to the upper levels of the river system, of the creek system. A dividing fence here, because the lower portion is going to be for the adult dwarf caiman, and then the upper pool is for the juveniles. If they mixed, it's possible that they could injure each other because of the size discrepancy. So we're just gonna, you know, keep them apart. No big deal. And then up here where the wetland filter is a whole nother, I guess, exhibit. It's one water system, which is what I told Ed I wanted one flow through, but I wanted to be able to break it up into different enclosures for the animals. But this is the powerhouse, as always.
This is what gives us that water quality. So this is the heart of the system. This is over 5 feet deep, going all the way to the bottom. Water distribution system, sedimentation chamber, which actually gave us that water clarity in 12 hours.
Really incredible.
Allows all those sediments to settle out down in the bottom. Then the water goes up through the different grades of river rock. That becomes home to all the microorganisms. We already put in bacteria last night, and bacteria, they reproduce constantly. As soon as you put them into a habitat, they're just going to explode.
You gave me a creek on steroids.
Yeah.
Dude. It's incredible. We just inoculated it, and bam, it's going. The other thing that's going to be fun is I joke around about all the hard work when these guys leave, but I love it. I enjoy kind of tweaking things a little bit more. There's going to be plants around. We're going to go around to some of my other ecosystems here, pull out some of the different marginal water plants, plant them in here. And what's great about that is that's more inoculation. I'm taking from a mature system.
Correct.
So there'll be all kinds of microorganisms in the roots, snails, all kinds of aquatic life.
Yeah.
Boom, we're gonna put it right in here, and that's gonna even kickstart this even further. I'm blown away. Always, I've never been let down with an Aquascape ecosystem. It always exceeds my expectations, and I am a bit of a pain in the neck, because I watch him building, and I'm looking going, I don't know, how's that gonna work? Let the pond professor do his thing. Love it. So
Awesome.
Thank you so much.
It's been an honor and a pleasure. Always enjoy coming down here working with you.